I'm so lazy. I'm never going to make it to Canada. I don't know how I made it this far. So we're only hiking 4 miles today, 2 miles on trail and a little over 2 miles to get to town. So I'm just going to cover that up because that is a mess. Hopefully that gets better over the next couple of days. But the issue, whatever's going on with my toes, whether it's in my toe socks or in the shoe itself, on the inside of each of my big toe, there's like a crease and a hot spot, and then there's even a red line, or there was, on the next toe over. I'm just going to leave those alone. I'm not going to put the toe socks on today since we're going such a short distance. I'm just going to wear the one pair of wool socks, which is all I ever wore for the first 2,800 miles I ever hiked. And we're back on the PCT. So yesterday was the challenging day. Hiked 25 miles, climbed up from 2,900 ballpark elevation to 5,900. So went up about 3,000 feet in elevation total from the lowest point to the highest point. My feet are just something to be aware of. My right heel that has a hot spot and abrasion, I tape that up and it feels pretty good. It's just my toes. I'm well aware of my toes. It constantly feels like I have rocks in my shoes and I don't. It's just my toes are rubbing up against each other or something. And my shoes are fine. It's not that my shoes are too small or that I have wide feet and a narrow toe box. My shoes are good. It's just one of those things. It's got to just be a sum of all the parts. I've hiked a lot on this trip nearing the halfway point, and I'm starting to hike more miles in a day consistently, even though I'm not the 30-mile-a-day person that I want to be. You just don't flip a switch like that. You have to build up to it. Other people around me are doing that, and it's impressive to watch. So just have to go 2 miles on trail, less than 2 miles on trail today to get to the road to get into town, and that's just over 2 miles. So somewhere around 4 miles, and we will reassess everything and do our best. When I first started going to Donner Pass and then Sierra City, I was thinking of this as being a in and out type of a Nero hero type of day, but I have a lot of things I have to sort out on my phone. Just in general, with the plan and the hike, I've got to probably rest my body. I had a back that was bothering me. I had a knee that was bothering me. My feet are starting to show wear and tear. My pack couldn't be any lighter though. I have absolutely no food that I could chew. I have 2 packets of Crystal Light caffeine, strawberry flavored drink mix, and that's it. Not carrying any water. If this is what it feels like to be ultralight, it's great. Maybe I should give it a try someday. There's the road. Okay, let's go see what we're gonna do, because I have absolutely no idea. So it turns out you take a right here at the volunteer fire department that I walked straight by. I only went 0.1 before I figured it out, luckily. Still aggravating. So there's the inn and the store and the deli. We'll come back. I'm gonna poke my head in. The campground is right over here across the street. So I'm just gonna poke my head in here, see if there's any internet, because there hasn't been the whole walk down here. So spot number 29 at the campgrounds is where you can camp for free, and I just met Craig, the camp host. He was really nice. He said I could stay as many nights as I want. The only issue is I haven't found internet anywhere, so I might have to go over to the inn for that, but it's nice to have this option. Somebody left their carbon fiber pad. It is something frog, IG frog. I've never heard of it, but it looks just like mine, except yellow instead of orange. You open up the bear box, and this is very interesting. I might use that because the bugs have been getting me. Probably am not gonna eat marshmallows or eat that soup. This is mine. And peanut butter and grape jelly. But what do you know? And chili sauce, we'll leave that for someone else. So I might use the Promethean, and I've got some strawberry and grape jelly with peanut butter and a Carnation instant breakfast. So not a bad hiker box haul. It's 9 o'clock and we have a place where we can stay, but I need to go get some food. I need to keep looking around to see if there's internet service anywhere in this general area so I don't have to pay for a room. So we'll get some food. We'll figure out if we're gonna stay at the campground tonight or the inn. Maybe we stay at the inn tonight, in the campground tomorrow night, or just the inn tonight, get what we need to get done and get out, but it's time to get sorted. I'm gonna carry 3 days worth of food from here because that's how long it should take to get to Chester. And then when I walk by Belden, I'll have a chance to replenish snacks as much as they have or whatever I want. So if I want to walk by Chester and go to Old Station, I can do that. But for now, I just want the breakfast burritos that they talk about and coffee. Well, the Haskins Inn General Store and Deli is as advertised in the file comments. It's very nice, and everyone here is very kind and accommodating. So I came here, got a couple of breakfast sandwiches and a coffee, and I did my resupply, and I got a room for tonight because I couldn't find any internet anywhere. Didn't look very hard, but it just wasn't springing up on my phone. So they were kind enough to give me the code password to the internet before I can check into my room because somebody's in it. So I'll be able to do some things on my phone. I have a nice room with a jacuzzi in it, just like the fire outside comments we're talking about, and Wi-Fi, so that's all I really needed, and more than I really could ask for. The jacuzzi will help me relax some of my bumps and bruises. I'm making my own chocolate milk because they only had small containers of chocolate milk. I've got a resupply for 3 days. That'll get me to at least Chester. This is the key to my room. I like little signs from the universe that I'm in the right place. So the room has a lot of personality, a lot of paintings, a lot of furniture, a lot of knickknacks, but it's nice. So I think I paid $169, a little bit more than I read in fire comments, but that's always the case. There's somebody last year that paid like $50 less than what they're charging now. So I'm not the type of person to bring that up and try to negotiate a lower price. Kudos to the people that are able to do that. Whether they're successful or not, who knows? My grandmother was like that. She'd complain about everything that she thought was too expensive, and it would embarrass me. But if she saved money, good for her. So I have a stand-in walking shower. They say there's just a jacuzzi in the room, so this tub with jets, it's fine. I'll fit in there. I don't care who else has been in there. I think the room's clean. I think that they clean this, so it's gonna be a lot dirtier after I get out of it. And it's quite nice. I wish it was bigger, but it's quite nice. So this is good. So this is what I have for a resupply for 3 days to get to Chester, and I'll try to supplement it in Belden. And if I can go past Chester and get to Bernie, I'll do that. We'll have to wait to see what they have in Belden to see if that's possible. But Chester's only 8 miles off the trail, I think. So for breakfast, we have peanut butter, Pop-Tarts, oatmeal, and I normally wouldn't carry both of these, but it's what they had, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough food. So they're both kind of heavy as far as calories and weight goes versus nutrients, but you know, I normally would have that as a treat, or that's pretty tasty and easy to eat on trail, but I'm doing them both. I normally wouldn't just buy the hot chocolate mix, but I want to add chocolate to my coffee. I have the one carnation instant breakfast. Snacks, M&Ms, peanut butter crackers, that's all I need, and I'll be able to climb all the mountains. For recovery, I'm just going with Nutter Butters because they're high in calories, like 400, and then this just to add a little extra calories. Adding peanuts to my ramen dinners, so really simple resupply here at the general store in Bucks Lake. They do have liquid IV. I bought all the coffee they have. I'll put that into a Ziploc bag. Energy Mio and just regular Mio, and I pilfered some sugar to add to these Kool-Aids. I bought these in Sierra City, and they are sugarless, unsweetened. They're disgusting. If you don't know that they're unsweetened and you pour that in water, it should be criminal to sell little Kool-Aid packets like that without sweetening. But I'll add a couple of sugar packets to each one, and hopefully I'll at least be able to use them. Otherwise, they're going to end up in a hiker box, and I feel like I'll just be pranking someone if they don't realize that they're unsweetened. So I'm staying one more night, and I'm moving across the hall to the cowboy room. And I just decided yesterday I was really relaxed here, and they have the jacuzzis or hot tubs in every room. So I'll be able to soak in this tub again at least 2 or 3 times today. I soaked in the tub in the other room twice yesterday. So it's just about relaxing, getting as much as I can done on my phone. I can't stay here forever, but 2 nights will be good for me. I feel like I'm in the right place.
Go for it. Okay. Tap.